Have you ever noticed something strange? You'll see old Toyota hybrids with hundreds of thousands of miles still being used as taxis, Ubers, and daily commuters, while many newer vehicles with more power and more features are already facing expensive repairs. That raises an interesting question. What does Toyota know that so many other car companies still seem to be chasing? Because while the industry was busy adding bigger screens, more complicated engines, and attention-grabbing performance numbers, Toyota was quietly perfecting something that matters far more in the real world: durability. And it wasn't luck. In this video, we're breaking down the engineering choices Toyota made, the hidden design decisions behind its hybrid systems, and the three major reasons these vehicles seem to keep going long after many others start giving problems. By the end, you'll understand why Toyota hybrids have earned a reputation that competitors still struggle to match. Now let's get into reason number one, and this is where Toyota's approach starts to surprise people. Despite all the advanced technology packed into hybrid vehicles, Toyota's system is actually far simpler than many drivers expect. Most people hear words like electric motors, hybrid batteries, regenerative braking, and high-voltage systems, and immediately assume one thing: more technology means more things that can fail. On the surface, that sounds reasonable. But Toyota took a completely different approach. One of the biggest advantages behind Toyota hybrids is the design of their ECVT, or Electronic Continuously Variable Transmission. Unlike many traditional automatic transmissions, Toyota's setup removes a lot of mechanical complexity. Think about what a regular transmission deals with every day. There are torque converters, clutch packs, hydraulic systems, multiple gear changes, and constant friction happening while you drive. Over time, heat builds up, parts wear down, fluids degrade, and repairs can become expensive. Toyota reduced much of that stress. Instead of relying on conventional gear shifts, their hybrid system uses a planetary gear arrangement working together with electric motor generators. Rather than constantly changing gears, the system smoothly balances power between the engine and electric motors. The result is fewer moving components, lower friction, reduced heat buildup, and less long-term wear on the drivetrain. And that's one reason Toyota hybrid transmission failures aren't something you hear about very often. Sure, some drivers say Toyota's ECVT isn't exciting. Under heavy acceleration, the engine can sound louder and the driving feel may seem less sporty. But Toyota wasn't trying to build a system designed only to impress during a quick test drive. They focused on reliability first, and the results speak for themselves. There are Prius, Camry Hybrid, RAV4 Hybrid, and Highlander Hybrid models still running after 250,000, 300,000, and even over 400,000 miles with their original hybrid systems still intact. At that point, it's no longer just a claim, it's real-world evidence. And if you enjoy honest, no-hype breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and support us as we grow. Now let's move to reason number two, and this might actually be one of the most overlooked benefits of owning a Toyota hybrid over the long run. The engine simply doesn't work as hard. This is where Toyota's system creates a huge advantage over traditional gas-powered vehicles. Think about a normal engine for a second. In most vehicles, the engine handles almost everything. It pulls the car away from traffic lights, sits idling in traffic, deals with stop-and-go driving, powers acceleration, and keeps working continuously from the moment you start the car until you shut it off. Over time, that constant workload takes a toll. Frequent cold starts, constant RPM changes, heavy acceleration, and city traffic all create heat and wear. Years of repeated stress eventually begin affecting engine components. Toyota hybrids change that entire process. During lower speed situations like parking, city driving, traffic congestion, and even the first moments of acceleration, the electric motor often handles a large part of the work. Instead of carrying the full burden, the gasoline engine has assistance. And there's another major benefit. Toyota's system is designed to keep the engine operating within a more efficient range rather than constantly pushing it harder than necessary. Imagine running every day with a heavy backpack compared to having someone remove half the weight. You'd naturally experience less fatigue and strain over time. That's essentially what happens inside a Toyota hybrid. The engine experiences fewer demanding startup cycles, less unnecessary idling, lower average stress levels, and reduced heat buildup. Over years of ownership, that can significantly extend engine life. There's also another bonus many owners don't expect. Even brake components tend to last longer. Because regenerative braking helps slow the vehicle while recovering energy, the physical brake pads and rotors often see much less wear. And this is where Toyota's experience becomes difficult to ignore. Toyota didn't start learning hybrid technology recently. They've been refining these systems since the first Prius arrived decades ago, giving them years of real-world data and engineering improvements that many competitors are still trying to catch up with today. Now let's get into reason number 3, and this is probably the concern that still stops many people from buying a hybrid: the battery. You've likely heard questions like, what happens if the battery fails? Isn't replacing it expensive? What if problems show up after the warranty ends? At first, those concerns seem understandable. A high-voltage battery sounds like something that could become a costly headache later on. But Toyota designed its hybrid system with those exact worries in mind. One of the biggest factors affecting battery lifespan is extreme charging behavior. Batteries generally don't like being constantly pushed to full charge and then drained to almost empty. That repeated stress creates heat and accelerates wear over time. Toyota figured this out long ago. Instead of allowing the battery to constantly operate at its limits, Toyota keeps it within a controlled operating range, usually somewhere in the middle rather than near empty or completely full. This helps reduce stress on the battery and slows long-term degradation. Temperature control also plays a major role. Heat is one of the biggest enemies of battery health, so Toyota built systems that help regulate battery temperatures and maintain stable conditions over years of use. And the results are hard to ignore. It's not unusual to find Toyota hybrids still running with their original batteries after a decade of use, and in some cases much longer. Of course, no battery lasts forever. Eventually, every battery ages, but online discussions often make it sound like hybrid batteries fail shortly after ownership begins, and real-world experience often tells a different story. Replacement costs have also become far lower than they were years ago, and Toyota's long hybrid warranty coverage in many markets shows confidence in the system itself. When you combine everything we've talked about, simpler mechanical design, reduced stress on the engine, and battery protection engineering, the bigger picture starts becoming clear. There's a reason Toyota hybrids continue showing up in taxi fleets, rideshare vehicles, and high-mileage daily drivers. These are people who depend on their vehicles every day to earn a living. And reliability isn't just a selling point for them, it's a requirement. For people who rely on their vehicles every single day, reliability isn't optional, it's essential. Constant repairs, unexpected breakdowns, and expensive downtime simply aren't practical. And that's one reason Toyota hybrids continue earning trust worldwide. After looking at all three factors, a simpler drivetrain design, reduced engine workload, and Toyota's battery protection strategy, the picture becomes much clearer. Their long-term success isn't based on luck. It's the result of years of engineering, real-world testing, and building systems designed to last rather than simply impress. That's also why these vehicles continue holding strong resale values and why more buyers are moving toward hybrids every year.